Hi everyone, welcome to the live stream. There's just two of us this evening. I'm joined with Daryl from Northern Vinyl Guy. So this week's theme was nothing to do with me at all. So I'll hand it over to Daryl. What are we doing?
Well, part of it was you.
Right.
We're going to show some recent vinyl finds, and then we'll get to the main theme, which is showing records, album covers, I guess wax that have different colors and stuff like that. So it's like a colored vinyl show tonight. I
Show
keep
and
saying
tell.
I wanted to say this afternoon because it's this afternoon, but it's this evening, I guess, where you are.
It's fine. Most of my people that tune in usually tune in later on anyway. And if you look at the geography on it, it's mostly Canada, America, Asia, and
Yeah,
Poland, Norway. So, yeah, it's I'm
it's
kind of
it's funny. I was in the UK. I took a group of students there. I think it was 2018. I went just a couple of years before COVID.
yeah,
Went to London, which like the population of London is like double Toronto. So
yeah,
just being in London was the what do you guys call it? The underground,
of the subway.
the subway.
Yeah,
What's it called? Anyway, it was so overwhelming. There were so many people, I couldn't believe it. But the
yeah.
biggest thing for me about going to Europe is the jet lag. Jet lag is I get hit by jet lag so bad.
Mm. How long was that flight?
I think it was 5 hours
Okay, I
from Toronto.
was gonna say, is it from Toronto straight to Heathrow then?
Yeah.
Okay,
Toronto straight to Heathrow. When I went to Spain, though, this past year, I had to do Toronto to Munich and then Munich to Barcelona.
okay.
And I hate the Munich airport. I can't. I have a bad memory, a bad experience from there from a couple of years ago with my students.
Yeah,
Student forgot their passport on the airplane. And yeah, it was the thing that nightmares are made of if you're a teacher anyway. When your flight's leaving from Munich to Toronto in 2 hours,
yeah,
you got to try to rescue a passport, and you're dealing with people that don't speak English. It's not a fun experience, that's for sure.
yeah. I keep checking like every 10 minutes. Have I got the passport? Have I got the passport? Have I got the passport? Have I by checking in details? So
Yeah,
yeah. Right. Chat has started already, mate. Mark, how's it going? Hey Daryl.
Mark.
Hey, 2 p.m. Yeah.
Oh, Mark, you're an hour behind me, eh? In Iowa. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. I've never been to Iowa. I've been as far as Illinois, but I never got to Iowa. And I've been to South Dakota. So I've been around where Mark is, but not to the state.
Mark, if you want to join us, I can send you the link on Instagram. So it's entirely up to you. Um, right. Okay. So Daryl, do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first? What do you want to do this evening?
Yeah, you can show yours first, and then I'll show mine, and then we'll go from there.
He's saying you're not missing anything, Daryl. All right. Uh, I'll never forget. Hang on, 2 seconds. So I'll never forget when Mark came on Rob's live stream. I don't know if you were on that time, but he was having
No.
so many issues with the internet and the computer, and I was just sat there just roaring, and he was getting more and more frustrated. But the more he's getting frustrated, the more funny it became. And Rob he was crying. He's just like, I'm just gonna let this roll. Just don't worry about the final. See what where this is going with Mark. But yeah, he's a cool dude. He's got a good channel.
Poor Mark. You know
Uh,
every that thread that's been going around the CD cave. He did are you subscribed to the CD cave? I think his name's Dave. I think
okay.
he's got a thread going around right now where you pick like 6 or 7 albums and you show like places that you'd like to travel to sometime.
Okay.
If I had the Slipknot album, I would definitely show Slipknot's Iowa album. just
Yeah.
to say that I'd actually think it was cool to go to Iowa. I don't know why. It's one of those states that nobody talks about. So I know Mark
He-
says we're not missing much, but I think I'm missing something. I want to
yeah.
go.
He's saying, "Oh, geez, that was an embarrassment." No, Mark, it was amazing. Mate. That's one of the best live streams I think I've ever seen. It was right. Okay, let me crack on. So I did a video today, showing what I've picked up in the last, say, 2 weeks. Because what I've been finding is I'm only doing videos at the end of the month. And I'm forgetting to do one kind of this week, next week. Yeah. So one of the ones that I picked up, and it was a recommendation from Richard from the Richard's Vinyl Tap House. And this is a band called Sunday 1994. This is kind of like smooth listening, kind of songwriter. It is a band, but they just sound amazing. They got like the 80s kind of retro sound to them. So I'd highly recommend this album. I absolutely love this album. I think it's brilliant. And actually, they're coming to Cardiff on the 8th of November in a really, really small venue, kind of like the size of a pub.
Yeah.
So me and Jeff are going to go because Jeff can get press access. So I'm hoping that we can do an interview with her, the lead singer. So we'll see about that. But yeah, it's got enough tracks on you not to keep you bored, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, for sure.
But the songs just fall into each other, so it's really good. Tired Boy, my favorite on you is called Stained Glass Window. But when I first heard this, I thought, do you know that one of the songs you hear and you think, I've heard that song before. Where have I heard that song before?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's my mind playing tricks, but Stained Glass Window is really good. You've got Blondie, Mascara, Our Troubles, The Loneliness of the Long Flight Home, TV Car Chase, Softly, and Blossom. So this just came.
I've never heard that band.
You
said it's a female lead singer though?
It's a female lead singer, yes. So I'll just show you what the band looks like. So there she is.
So it's a 3-piece band.
Yeah, 3-piece band. Yeah.
Right
Cool as well. Really cool. So yeah, I've been looking forward to going to see them. I think it's the 8th of November they come into Cardiff in like a same size of like a larger pub, if you will. So yeah, that's the first one I showed. Do you want to carry on showing them and then you can show yours, or
you do 4 and then I'll do my 4.
Okay. So this one comes to surprise to anybody what I picked up. So yesterday in the UK, it was National Album Day, which means Warner Brothers and those kind of companies, Warner Music, re-release albums just to record stores. So it gives a chance for the record store to sell some stuff. The Manic Street Preachers were there. You had, I think, the Blossoms. There's a few others. But the one that stood out to me was these guys. Now, as everybody knows, I'm a bit of a. I think would you say I'm the biggest Stereophonics fan in the VC?
I think you're one of the few that I know of that shows it. Yeah. And the funny thing for me is I only know that one track. The one that was popular here in North America. It's the only one that I know.
Dakota.
Other than the ones that you've kind of been sending me, you've sent me a few, and they're good. They're really good.
The other good one is called Devil as well. Check out the music video for that.
Devil.
His girlfriend is drowning him in the bath. Now, I've got this on black vinyl, but this was a limited edition release, and it's on pink. Can't really tell the camera, but yeah, it's bright pink. It's not really showing up on this, but I don't know if you can see. Anyway,
yeah, I see it. Sure.
That was the pickup that I picked up, the Stereophonics. And Dakota was the only single to go to number 1 in the UK. All the albums they've done, every album they've done has gone to number 1, but single wise, that's the only one that's actually gone live. Right, so we're gonna go American kind of southern rock songwriters now that have been recommended by Sam St. John. So the first one, and I noticed somebody from Britain that watched my video and had gone out and bought this as well, Vibes. So this is Tommy Prine, This Far South. This is a fantastic album from start to finish. I can't recommend this enough. It's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, it's he's talking about his dad because his dad was quite famous as a singer as well. And there's some good songs on here like Crashing Again. This Far South is a really good one. Mirror and Kitchen Sink, Boyhood, Letter to My Brother, and then the last one is I Love You Always, which is dedicated to his late dad. So this came on. That's just that and that, but this just came on black vinyl. So yeah, really cool. I really enjoy this album. Sam's been given some good recommendations recently, which has been costing me quite a bit of money. But that's what the vinyl community's for, isn't it? Surely. And then the last one I picked up was this one. This is Ben Arnold. Now, Sam did an interview on his channel, actually interviewing Ben. And I enjoyed the conversation so much, I streamed it on Apple Music and then decided to pick it up. And it's a really good album, kind of slow rock, maybe some Bruce Springsteen kind of influence on this one. This is really cool. You got 5 tracks on one side and then 6 tracks on the other. One of my favorites on here is Shooting Off Fireworks. So, yeah. And there he is there.
Ben Arnold. I've heard of Tommy Prine. I never heard of this guy.
Yeah. I'll send you the YouTube later. You can check him out then. So this is not quite showing. This looks like see-through, but it's actually green.
Yeah.
I don't know if... But yeah. Cool.
What color did you say it was?
It's like a see-through green, light green color.
Yeah, no, it looks clear. It actually looks clear from the screen. Yeah.
My lighting is crap here. So no matter what color I show, you're gonna go, are you sure that's a colored vinyl?
Have you seen my lighting?
So yeah, highly recommend this one, and especially these two are brilliant. Absolutely fantastic from start to finish. But yeah, if nobody's heard of this guy, go and give him a stream, go check him out. So yeah, Boz is saying Coke bottle green. Yes, it is. I couldn't think of the word.
Coke bottle. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I've heard of John Prine and Tommy Prine. Yeah. I was streaming some John Prine a few weeks ago, and I dig his music. So and I know that Sam has straight up said like Tommy and John are not the same. Their music is not the same.
Yeah.
There might be some homage to his dad, but he wants to try to keep it as different as possible because he didn't want to be compared, I guess.
Yeah, it's nothing. Don't expect his dad because it's not going to happen. But if you like something different, kind of smooth, there's some real rock songs on there that are really good, but most of it is kind of songwriter kind of music where it's just him playing the guitar and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, where his dad was more country / I found some of his music like not comedy, but almost comedic in a way.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's cool. Right. Let me go through the comments real quick. Okay. Okay, Mark, I saw you talk about that record in the last video. Chris, looks interesting. Yes, it is. I highly recommend it, honestly now. I'm not going to recommend you shit because that doesn't look good on me. So it is a really good album to have. Yes, good old Americana Sam. Yes. Boz, good day, chaps. How are you, mate? Hope you're doing well. And then obviously Coke bottle green. So yeah, Right. Daryl's got some pickups, so we'll head off up Canada and see what he's got. Over to you, mate.
Yeah, so I mean I had quite a few pickups. I went out of town last weekend for Thanksgiving weekend, went and visited my daughter, and I went to a couple stores. Um, so I had a video drop this morning, which goes over all of the recent finds. But what I've done is I've chosen, I think, what I think are my four maybe favorite ones or ones that I think are definitely worth noting.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'll start off with. So I've mentioned Elton John on my channel a few times. I am an Elton John fan. Um, I like all periods of Elton John though. Like I'm not one of these that's like, oh, I only will listen to Honky Chateau or oh, I'm only going to listen to the Lion King soundtrack or something like that. Like I like all periods of his. Probably my favorite period is his 1980s, just because I'm an 80s guy.
Okay.
And I've been trying whenever I find some decent deals. I've been trying to pick up Elton John,
Yeah.
and so I did manage to pick up Elton John's "Breaking Hearts" album. So this is the one, at least in North America. "Sad Song Say So Much" was the big track off of this. I just really like Elton John, though. I mean, the one thing that I think is really funny about this album, though, so it's got his picture here, but then on the back side of the inner sleeve, it's got the other members of I don't want to call it the band, but it always makes me laugh because Elton John has just gone through so many different whether it was with Bernie Taupin, whether it was with just different members that have been playing instruments on his albums and things like that. That particular one there, though, is just it almost reminds me of like a hair metal band playing in the background of his music, like the way those guys look. Isn't representative of most Elton John music, but it's a really good album. The Breaking Hearts one, if you get a chance. I picked it up at it wasn't even a thrift store. I went to a record shop in a place called North Bay. It was called Autumn Records.
Okay.
I got that one for $5. So you can't
wow,
go wrong with $5.
How many
Which then
albums
leads
has
me
Elton
into my
got now? How many
what's that?
albums? How many albums has Elton got now?
Oh
It's
man, I can't even. I would assume that just from the late '60s all the way through the '70s alone, he must have done at least 10 of them.
wow.
I can't imagine. He's
That's
got a
gonna
ton
take
of
up,
albums though.
that's gonna take up a lot of space in the Calix unit.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
fill up an entire cube with just Elton John.
Cool,
I
mate.
wonder. I've never really looked. Does Elton John have a box set out?
Um,
I've never
I don't
really
think
looked.
this is class it as a box set, but he released a couple of years ago. He released the baseball themed vinyl that came out, and that sold
Oh,
out.
he kind of did. He kind of did what the Rolling Stones did with Hackney
Yeah.
Diamonds. Yeah, they. I almost bought the Toronto Blue Jays one for Hackney Diamonds. I can't believe they went through what is it, 32 teams or whatever MLB has. Uh, you can go on individual websites and each of them has the logo. It's just crazy. I wonder if Elton John has kind of like this, like Rod Stewart. He's got a Rod Stewart has the Storyteller one,
Yeah.
which is like 6 or 7 albums. It's not like a box set that you would see now. But these are like those older ones that you would see at like Value Village or some thrift store. But it's got all his hits from 1964 to 1990, and I got that for $40.
Yeah,
31
Mark's saying
studio albums.
Elton has 31 studio albums according to Google.
31. That's insane. And that doesn't include live stuff. It doesn't include Live Aid. It doesn't include any of that stuff. That's
No,
crazy.
that's a lot.
He's a genius, though. I think he's a genius. Him and his Bernie Taupin, the writing pair, just crazy. And some of the duets that he's done throughout the years, just as equally good. Yeah, so you can't go wrong with Elton John unless you really truly don't like Elton John, I guess, but can't go wrong with Elton John.
Cool.
Yeah. So that brings me into my next $5 album that I got. Now this one here wasn't a recommendation, but it was an album that I totally forgot that I didn't have. And then a couple of weeks ago on our Northern Revolutions Wednesday night show, Rob showed this album, saying that it was probably the least known of his 80s music.
Okay.
And I just so happened to be flipping through the $5 bin, and I came across Bryan Adams' Into the Fire album.
Just for
Maybe I
you,
should
Joe.
take it out of the plastic, eh? There we go.
Here we are, Joe.
But
Just for you.
So Into the Fire album, I mean, this has a ton of hits. But Rob mentioned, and I agree with Rob on this, the album that came up before this. So this is 1987. I believe the album that came up before this, I think, was in 1985, and it was Reckless. And Reckless is the one that has Summer of '69. It's got Heaven on it. It's got a lot of his big hits. So this is the follow-up to that, right? So if you've got an album that's as big as Reckless, it's really hard to sell people on the next one. But this one has Heat of the Night on it, which is fantastic. Into the Fire, Victim of Love, Remembrance Day, which is always performed on November the 11th in remembrance of the veterans. And Hearts on Fire is a really good track too. So yeah, if you like Bryan Adams and you like Reckless, but you haven't heard those ones, I would definitely check that out. His Into the Fire album, because it's not as known as, say, Reckless and I'm running a blank, the one he did in the early 90s. I have it, I just can't remember what it's called. Anyway, the one that has Everything I Do It For You on it.
Yeah.
Right, it falls between those two albums, which are his two biggest sellers. So
You know, like talking about off subject, I was just thinking of Bryan Adams. I was thinking of Robin Hood, the film with Kevin Costner. I've never seen that soundtrack out in the wild. Because I think that'd be a good soundtrack.
No, I've never seen the soundtrack out in the wild, and in fact, the only reason that I even knew that, I was going into high school when that album was put out. Everything I Do. Oh, it's called Waking Up the Neighbors. That's the one.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I mean, I wonder what other tracks are on that Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, because it was a pretty decent movie. It was. Was Rickman in it? Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the bad guy, eh?
He's brilliant in that. I loved Alan Rickman.
Yeah. I think I've only seen that movie once.
Yeah, he was in. There was a British comedy back in the late 80s, 90s, Blackadder, and he's in Blackadder as well. Have you seen Blackadder?
No.
Oh, go on YouTube, have a look at that. It's bonkers. It's about back in the 1500s with the Queen Elizabeth, and she's raunchy for her subjects, and it covers World War II. It's got the actor Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson, and his sidekick that always smells and got flies hanging around him, and it's mental.
It's almost like a Monty Python thing.
Yeah.
That would be pretty fun. You said Blackadder?
Blackadder. Adder. Like the snake. Adder. Yeah. It's
that's funny.
It's pretty cool. I'm looking for this Robin Hood soundtrack, but nothing. The only one that's coming up at the moment is the newer Robin Hood, and there's nothing coming up for. So maybe they didn't bring it out. I don't know. So
maybe.
Let me just quickly run through these. These are all comments for you. But his total discography is much larger, including live albums, soundtracks, compilations, and other special projects. When counting all the albums, total is higher, with one source listing 92 albums. Bloody hell.
There is no way that anybody could memorize that many sets of songs. Like if they perform live later on, they must have to like re-go over their music because I couldn't memorize that much stuff.
And then Boz is saying, I also have 2 Elton John tribute albums and many special reissues. Yeah. I've got 1 Elton John, and it won't surprise you which one I've got. But going back to Bryan Adams, I'm going to watch him in Cardiff in December. So I'm looking forward to that one.
That'll be good. That'll be good. Yeah.
Bucket list.
Well, speaking of albums that, like you said, that you you've never seen the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves out in the wild. This next one I'm going to show, I had never seen. Like, I had this on CD when I was in high school. I think this album is brilliant. It's probably in my top 3 to 5 albums of all time. Personally, I had never seen this in the wild, and I was at Sunrise. I don't know if you guys have Sunrise over there. It's like a department store that sells records and stuff. It's like a big name chain here.
Okay.
So they only sell typically new stuff, right? So I asked if they had this on reissue, if it was brand new, and the guy was like, "No, I've never seen that. But if you go to this other store, they might have it because he has all kinds of weird stuff."
Yeah.
So I was flipping through, and I went, "No way." He had 2 copies of this. Couldn't believe it. I'd never seen it anywhere in the wild before. And if you try to buy it even on Amazon and stuff like that, you can get it, but it's I'm not saying it's hundreds of dollars, but I think this is like an alternative 90s, but the band Tonic, they got an album called Lemon Parade. I think this album is absolutely brilliant. It's more alternative. I don't want to call it indie music. They're an American band. I've always been drawn to this, the old school, the old school look there, the 1800s look and all that kind of stuff. But this album has, so If You Could Only See was the big hit off of this, and I suppose one might refer to Tonic as a one-hit wonder here in North America, but I think this album is brilliant from start to finish. It's got some good rock tracks on it. It's alternative. It's got some mellow stuff. It's got some lyrics that get you thinking. Soldier's Daughter is amazing. Lemon Parade, the title track, is absolutely amazing. Wicked Soldier and Mr. Golden Deal are fantastic. I don't really know how to explain this band other than it's 90s alternative rock, maybe a little indie, but they're fantastic. And I'd never seen this into the wild. I picked it up for $38 Canadian, which it's not an OG pressing. It's a 2022 reissue.
Okay.
But it's pristine. It's almost as if like it wasn't in shrink, but it's almost as if the person who had it before me never played it. Right. It's pristine, brand new.
I've seen that album quite a few times, I think, in the VC. I'm sure somebody has shown it. It might be Boz, it might be something like that. And I've seen it kind of woven around. And then when I saw your video today, I was like, oh, so I have seen it before. And then you showed it. I was like, I'm sure Boz has shown this before. But
maybe. It's a brilliant album, though. I mean, I get it. Some people don't like 90s alternative or indie music. But for me, I can only pick a handful of albums that I think are better than that. I think that's brilliant. And I'm glad that I was able to pick it up. So yeah, Tonic, check it out. If you haven't checked it out, stream it. I think it's brilliant. I know Peter from Music is a Journey. He posted a comment on my video, and he really likes Soldier's Daughter is a really good track. Yeah,
I'll have to check it out. Watch now. This is going to cost me a fortune tonight. Go on.
All right, and then my last pickup. Not a blind buy. I'm quite familiar with this album, but I'll preface this with just give me one sec. My kids are being A little noisy. I don't know if you can hear them in the background.
Nope, I'm good.
No?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully they don't start fighting because that's what they like to do.
That'd be brilliant on a live stream.
So I've been looking for this album for a while, but I wanted it at a decent price. And we were talking before the show that the guy in the store was like, "Hey, I've got all kinds of albums up on the wall." So I went over, and all the albums that were up on the wall were all the box sets and $200, $300, and I was just like, I can't justify paying that kind of money for this B-sides or whatever it is. So I said to the guy, do you have just the regular album of this? And he was like, well, I think we're sold out, but let me go and check. Well, sure as heck, he has 2 copies of this in shrink. They're reissues. One of them is an orange vinyl, and the other one was black. Now this is also going to depend once again on whether you like a certain era of this band. But I managed to get Van Halen's Balance, which has Can't Stop Loving You, Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do, and Not Enough were the 3 big ones. But once again, I think that this is absolutely fantastic. And I didn't pay $200 for this. So comes on the nice, it looks yellow on mine, but this is
Yeah.
like I would say maybe firefighter orange
Okay.
would be what I would say. But this is really good. It's 2 discs, but only 3 sides are playable. Because on disc 2, side B is the I don't know what the name of that. I'll see if it's actually on the inside of this. I don't know if I'm going to be able, if you're going to be able to see this, but it's got the it's like a picture disc. I don't know if you can see it there. Yeah. But this is side 4, and it's got that that nice picture in the vinyl there. So I thought it was really cool. Not $200, and I'm really glad that I got this because it's a fabulous album. If you like the Sammy Hagar, I guess, era of Van Halen, Balance album is really cool. I think it's a brilliant album, probably in my top 10 of the 90s.
Yeah.
But the reason that I wanted to end with this is I think that this kind of brings up to me what the theme of the rest of the show is going to be. So if you look at this album, just the shades on there are like a brownish bronze, I guess, color you would say. So you and I had talked about doing a theme where we would show just album covers or wax that was colorful or something like that, and I think that kind of represented where the album itself is made up of primarily 1 or 2 colors.
Yeah.
But there's going to be some examples I'll show later on that are more like rainbow, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of a good segue, is that balance, because bronze isn't a color you see too much on album covers.
Yeah,
but it's really nice.
You say that.
Fair enough. Well, you know what's funny is that thread, the Red or Dead thread that was going on.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean red is such a rare spine color?
Yeah.
And then I actually had to look, but I know that there was others in the VC that are like, oh yeah, this is really easy. Like Vinyl Richie's like, yeah, I'm just going to do this in punk records. the red spine. And I'm like, holy shit, I can't even find 5 of these in mine. So it is, I think it's a pretty rare color, but yeah, I thought that would be a good segue in, is albums that have 1 or 2 predominant colors on their covers or their discs, whatever you want to do.
Right, let me just go through the chat real quick here. Mark saying, found Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves soundtrack on Enjoy the Ride Records on colored vinyl, no less. Only $35. So it is out there then. It is out there. I'll have a look on eBay. See if I can find it. And then he's saying, yes, you went for the orange vinyl.
See, you know what's funny is I don't have all that many uh, colored wax. I guess I might, out of my 1400 records, I might have maybe 20 or 30 colored discs.
Yeah.
I don't typically, and it's not because I'm a audiophile or anything like that. I actually don't notice the difference. I just, they're usually priced a lot higher here.
Yeah, I went through a stage where I was just buying colored vinyl and spending a lot more money than normal black vinyl. So I've cut that back a bit. Right, okay. Adrian, hey Chris, hey, how's it going? Hey Daryl.
Hi, Adrian. Yeah.
Let's have a quick look. So look, I didn't get out of my bees for most of my red spine picks. I have lots. So yeah, I can imagine.
Man, I would love to see Boz's collection. But Boz, have you ever done uh, a tour of your room?
He's done a room tour. I've seen it, and it's
I'll
I
have to
can't
go
even
back and check.
describe it. You'd have to watch it because I've never seen so many records. So yeah, it's amazing. He's got such a good record room. It's yeah. I'm not jealous at all, but
No.
yeah. Right. Okay, we'll go on to what we were going to discuss tonight about the obviously Dal shown his the Van Halen because that was out of press for a long time, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
then they reissued it. There was a like you said, there was a box set. I know Frank from 33 RPM kind of bought the box set because he was waiting years for it to come out. Um, yeah. Well, maybe I am. Yeah, and he's got it on his channel. Yeah, I've seen it.
I'll have to go
Remind
back
me,
and check.
yeah, remind me later, Daryl. I'll send you the link. Right. So you covered brown on yours.
I'm gonna have another brown one. We'll say that I'm covering bronze for that one.
Okay.
Bronze.
Right. Well, this is not. It is kind of brown, but it's. I've gone with wood. Okay. Not something I'd ever thought I'd say on a live stream. um, but this is Zach Brown Band, and if you look closely,
Yeah, it's grains.
see.
Yeah.
So this album is going for so much money at the moment. They've stopped kind of making it. So they wanted to buy all the other albums, I think. Picked this up. This was my second ever purchase, I believe. No, first ever purchase when I started collecting in lockdown back in 2019. Not 2020, what am I talking about? And this is the greatest hits, which won't surprise anybody. But it's got all the bangers on you. It's an amazing album.
For
I'll
sure.
show the inside. The inside, just obviously
It's
the
got
band.
chicken fried. That's all that matters.
It's got chicken fried, mate. Yes, and it's actually, if you look, it's the first track on the first
Right.
side.
Did I ever tell the story about so years ago my high school used to do so in Ontario, in the province of Ontario, in order for students to graduate high school, they have to earn 40 hours of community involvement hours. So they have to go out and volunteer and get 40 hours of volunteer hours, or else they can't graduate. It's a requirement. So what my high school used to do, because hours are limited up where I am, there's not a lot of places to volunteer. So we used to do the 30-hour famine, which I think was run by UNICEF or something like that, where you don't eat for 30 hours, you get together with your friends and stuff. So we used to hold it at the high school, and the kids would bring their like camping gear and sleep in the gymnasium and hang out with their friends and all this, play video games for 30 hours, and teachers would volunteer and supervise and all that, right? So I used to work or volunteer at a radio station up here, which is the one that I got all those records from a couple of years back. And one of the supervisors, so they were playing my radio station show on the intercom system for all the kids they could hear it. Well, my theme for that week was food songs. So these kids couldn't eat for 30 hours. And the one song that I played that all the kids were just getting mad about was Chicken Fried. It just reminds me of that every time. So
that was the first song. I was on my way home from work and I had Apple Music on and I said, play me some music, and Chicken Fried came up by Zach Brown Band. And I'd never heard of Zach Brown Band before. I was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, okay, now I'm gonna have to listen to the album, because if there's more cheesiness like this, then I'm in. So, but it is a brilliant album. So you've got obviously Chicken Fried, whatever it is, Toes, Free, Highway 20 Ride is amazing. Cold Weather, another great one. Knee Deep with Jimmy Buffett. Jump Right In, Goodbye in Her Eyes, Sweet Annie, Keep Me in Mind. This is an amazing greatest hits, like from start to finish. I've started collecting. I've got another. I can't think of the name of it now. But I've got a Zach Brown Band, but they're harder and they're more expensive to pick up.
yeah,
It's getting this one on eBay and Amazon in the UK goes for about £154 used. So
that's probably your biggest steal of a deal, then, is what you're saying?
yeah, absolutely, mate.
Yeah. Did you watch? You know, I think his name is Chris. I think from Stylus Means Vinyl. Stylus Meets Vinyl.
Yeah, he's been on Rob's live stream for me, I think.
Yeah. So he posted a video, I think it was yesterday or the day before, of his 10 most valuable records according to Discogs.
Okay.
Well, he told this story. His number one record is an OG promo copy of Bob Dylan's 1962 or 64 self-titled album. And I guess he walked in and he saw that it was on for a certain price. There was a sticker, and the owner of the store was like, yeah, it's a really rare record and it's a good deal. And he didn't want to tell him, like, yeah, this is worth so much more than what you have it on. And he tells the story like he thought the guy was going to change the price by adding an extra zero to it, and he just didn't. That album, I think he said, goes for over 600 Canadian, and he got it for, I can't remember if it was $49.
Wow.
And it goes for well over $600 on Discogs. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Let me just go through the comments real quick. Yeah, so that's Zach Brown Band. Good album. Morton! How's it going, mate?
Morton.
Mark. So Boz is saying cheapest copy of that Zach Brown Band on Discogs is $90 with shipping. So yeah, it's if I was to buy that from the UK and have it shipped over, it probably cost me about £200. With the shipping from America at the moment is insane. Yeah, and then Agent saying, yeah, yes.
And then if you want to ship something from the UK to Canada, you can't even do that right now because of our stupid post office here.
How many times have I texted you and gone, is it working? I text Joe, Rob, is it working? No. Is there any, have they given an indication if they're going to actually go back to work at any point?
It's all rotating strikes.
Right.
So some of them are open, some of them are not. So then what happens is like you could risk sending something and then it might get lost. Who knows?
I didn't want to do that, see. I'm afraid, because if I send you something I think you're really going to enjoy and you never get it, then it's a bit of a waste of postage. So yeah, Boz is saying, don't remind me the cost of shipping from the US to the UK. No, it's so Boz, I still haven't received it because it's in my other house, Boz, that I'm going to see this week. So I'll have a look at what he sent me. He spent over $100 on shipping. I was like, oh my
goodness. $100 on shipping. Oh my.
I think it would work out cheaper to fly over you, hand it to me, and then fly back.
You know what's funny is at one point I was able to ship stuff to the southern US for cheaper than I could ship stuff in Canada.
Yeah.
It's just shipping within Canada too is just crazy, man. It's just shipping's not easy now.
Well, hopefully before Christmas that'll all be sorted because I had Jeff Collins on the other day because he's got a book that I was going to have Jeff to sign to you, Rob, and a few others from the vinyl community to send you as a Christmas gift. Thought you might enjoy it because Queen have been there, Oasis, Motorhead, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath. So yeah, it's a cool book actually. I'll try and let me know when they're back to work. Come on, Canada, go back to work. Right. Okay. Yeah. Let's not do that one. 2 secs. Right. Daryl, what have you got, mate?
Okay. So when we came up with this topic, this was the first album that came to mind. It's not a color. It's, I think, all the colors shaded together in one. I think that's what they call it.
Okay.
But this was the one that I came up with. A Black Album, Metallica. Barely see the Metallica logo up in the corner there. For me, and I know that this album here is very divisive amongst Metallica fans. This is their sellout album, if you want to call it that. I don't think it's a sellout. I just think it's, for me personally, it's, hey, now everybody knows us because we're no longer doing thrash metal, we've moved on into more regular metal and heavy rock, that kind of thing. But this is the OG for me. I heard this when I was in grade 8.
Yeah.
Convinced my mom to buy me this on a cassette tape. You can see the cool looking snake there on the back cover. But yeah, the Black Album, Enter Sandman, Sad But True, Holier Than Thou. Depending on what era of Metallica you're from, some might even consider this a perfect Metallica album. Others might think it's garbage. I think it's great. The only thing I don't like about this album personally is how they pressed it. I get it that they don't want to compress everything to make it difficult, but they made a 2-disc set for this, and there's only three tracks on each side. So as much as I like flipping records, I hate having to do it every 10 minutes. And that's the only thing that it just irks me about that particular pressing, is just the fact that there's only 3 tracks on each side, and you gotta, and I don't have a return arm, so I have to, I have to do it.
Me too.
Like I said, it's part of the fun of vinyl. I like it. I'll sit here and do it. It's just, why do I got to listen to 3 songs and then flip it, and then another 3 songs and then flip it? It's a bit annoying. So I wonder if they do a reissue of it later on, if they're gonna, if they'll make just a single disc set of 6 tracks per side, or if the songs are too long and that's why they went that way. I don't know. But
I think most of it's to do with money. Like if they can give you a 4 or 3 disc, they can charge you more rather than just a 1 disc. And you're going, well, why actually paying for 1 disc here? What's going on? But yeah. Right, let's have a look. Morden saying, my most valuable record according to Discogs is selling for €1,400. So that works out at about £1,400. If I do the maths, you're looking at about 1,800 Canadian dollars there.
This is crazy. That's crazy.
And he's saying, Metallica, Master of Puppets, I had not thought so. Okay. Beats me. About $500 for me is the most expensive I have. Got a few that go that high. The only one I can beat is I got original pressing of Queen's Greatest Hits Volume 3, which was the live performance after Freddie died. And that is going for, well, tell me in the chat how much it's going for. I'm sure somebody will Google it really quick. But Morton's saying that his is a super deluxe edition, mine. So, yeah, cool. Right, back to me. Okay. We're up to 50 minutes and we've only shown what?
Our vinyl finds. That's why.
That's why. Yeah. Right. Shall we do an orange cover?
Sure.
Joe, just for you. It's Bryan Adams. Look at the shades on that. Do you know what album this is, Daryl?
Is that a greatest hits album?
It certainly is, mate.
Uh-huh.
And a bit more orange. It looks yellow on the light, but trust me, it's bright orange. You can't miss it. This is on black vinyl. I've been waiting for 2 years back and forth on Amazon, eBay, because I should have got it when it was down to £25. But all of a sudden, I don't know why, it jumped up to £70. And I couldn't. And then one day it came down to 35, and Liz was like, just get it. You know you want it, just get it. So I got it for £35, even though I could have got it for 25, but we learned, don't we? Okay, Can't Stop What We Started, Run to You, Ultimate Love, Heaven, It's Only Love with Tina Turner, When You're Gone with Mel C, Cloud Number 9, Everything I Do For You, Summer of 69, Please Forgive Me, Cuts Like a Knife, The Only Thing That Good on Me Is You, All for Love with Rod Stewart and Sting, Back to You, Please Stay, 18 Till I Die.
That's got everything there.
This has everything, and I know because Rob is a massive Bryan Adams fan. He was a bit pissed because he had to get it because there was tracks that weren't available anywhere else, just on this greatest hits. So, yeah, but yeah, it's cool. It's an album I enjoy. We covered this last week. Albums you put on a Sunday morning. But I feel like that could be, upbeat when you're doing cooking or whatever. Chuck that on.
Yeah.
And it's got all the bangers on it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then it goes from Summer of 69 to Everything I Do It For You. So it plays with you. That's for sure.
I did think about starting collecting Bryan Adams albums, and then it took me about 3 seconds, and I went, no, I looked up on the albums he had, and the prices. I'm good here. that'll do me.
See, and it's funny that you say that because the one that I showed, I got for $5, right, used.
Yeah.
So it all depends on, I guess, where in the world you're at. Right in the UK, it's probably hard to find it. Bryan Adams is you can find him anywhere here.
You can find. I tell you, what you can find. I see a lot is the other best of, and there's like a picture of like a tractor wheel, or kind of like a lorry or truck wheel.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's cool. Right, let me. Right, the Queen album I was talking about. Discogs, one copy, Queen Greatest Hits Volume 3, near mint, going for $180 with shipping.
So I want to see what my most valuable one is.
And that one copy in the US, that's it. So they've only got one copy. My mum bought it for me for my birthday a few years ago, and I was like, oh, wow. She was like, yeah, don't ask me how much it cost. So I should imagine it's gone for quite a bit of money. So
my most valuable sold, and I have 2 copies of it, which I got both of them for free. Yard sales and stuff like that. People were just getting rid of things. It's an album called Goose Wings, the music of James Bay. It's indigenous music. Right. But at its highest, it sold for 175 Canadian. And the 2 copies that I have, one of them's in mint condition, pretty much mint condition. And the other one's got a scratch on one side, but it probably would sell for about 100. So the 2 of them combined are probably about $300. Those are the most valuable ones I have.
Yeah. So in the UK, the Queen one is going for £162, £262, £300, and so on. Wow. Because it's got. I'll show you real quick. So if it shows me the front of it. So it's this one.
Mhm.
But when on the sleeve itself, when you take the record out, it's got their faces embedded onto the sleeve. So as you're pulling up, their faces are still there. So you put it back in, and it's yeah, it's didn't ask her how much she paid. She said, "Don't ask and don't tell your dad." I'm like, okay. So yeah, uh,
That's the thing about vinyl. Eh? Some of them, like, be looking down the road 10 years from now going, holy cow, I can't believe I paid $30 for that.
right, my turn. I will go with a light blue color, and it's probably gonna. Is it my go? Or have I been? Is it my go?
No, I
No.
think no, I think you just did orange.
Oh yeah, sorry, mate. I was getting excited then. Right.
That's all good. You know, I had considered doing my orange, but I'll wait until after for my orange. So I started with black, which is like all the colors combined. Why don't we just go with the absence of color, which is white? Um,
Yeah, go
Never
on.
thought I would show two Elton John albums in the same show,
Okay.
but Elton John's Too Low for Zero. What year is this? 1983. But this is what has I'm Still Standing. I guess that's why they call it the blues. So this is a pure white album. I love this album. As you can see right here, it's kind of got like there are holes there, but it's embossed. But what I think is cool about this is it has not just the absence of color, but if I take the inner sleeve out, it's got a rainbow of colors.
Oh wow, that's
And I
cool.
think that that's a really cool, just a really cool juxtaposition with this album. It's on Geffen Records, which I didn't realize that Elton John did too many Geffen records, but this is fantastic though, and it like I said, it's pure white on the backside as well, straight up black vinyl. But once again, this is in pristine condition. I got this for like $5 once again. Um, yeah, I mean, I talked about Elton at the top of the hour, and I just think he's a fantastic singer. And like I said, there's very few musicians that I'd like to collect most of their work, if not all of it. Elton John fits that bill for me. Even his crappy 1980s album, there's one that he did. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's like 1985. And there were no top 40 singles that came off of it. It almost ruined him. It almost
Wow.
ruined his career. But then after that, I think he did the album with Nikita on it, and it brought him back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, go from black to white, and I'll eventually get to orange because I do have an orange one somewhere. Let me know your thoughts. What are your thoughts about Elton John?
Oh, they're pouring in, mate. They're pouring in. Hang on. Hang on. Right. I have a 45 of Bobby Fuller on his own original Exeter label, recorded back in the yard. I found the Law going for about $500, probably my most valuable. And then Adrian's going, oh, wow, boss. um, love that Elton John album, Daryl.
Yeah, no,
Um,
that's a great album.
and
Excellent album.
Adrian saying Elton John fan you. So I'm still I don't think I come across anybody who doesn't kind of know an Elton John song or doesn't not like him. So we'll stick to Elton John.
Why not? You got Elton John coming up?
It's coming right up now, mate. So this is the only Elton John album I have. It's on blue. It's the Diamond Collection, pretty much the greatest hits. So
Yeah.
this has got a lot on it. I would say this is probably one of my favorite best of greatest hits. And like it shows him through the generations, kind of how he started and all that kind of stuff. So this is on just on black vinyl. So shall we go through the tracks? You ready for this? Your Song, Tiny Dancer, Rocket Man, Crocodile Rock, Daniel, Saturday Night's All Right, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Candle in the Wind, Benny and the Jets, Someone Saved My Life Tonight, Don't Go Breaking My Heart, Sorry Seems the Hardest Word, Blue Eyes, I'm Still Standing, Guess That's Why They Call It the Blues, Nikita, my favourite song of all time for him is Sacrifice, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me with George Michael, Can You Feel the Love Tonight, Are You Ready for Love?
It's amazing. So that goes up to his like Lion King days. Yeah.
Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Yeah. So it says here, my collaboration with Bernie in 50 Years Young, that we had so many hits, surprises me with initially only interested in making albums. So
Did you say the one is on there, or is that one that came out after that?
There's no, it's not on you.
That's an amazing song. That's probably my favorite Elton John song is the one.
When did
But I
this come
think
out?
it might have come out after the Lion King. I think.
So this got released by Virgin Records back in 2017. This one. So maybe they just didn't have space. It's kind of running out of space. I think they just went with the hits on this one.
Yeah. No, actually, I think the one is from an album that came out after The Lion King, I think.
Okay.
Or at the same time. That's possibly why it's not on there.
I tell you,
Sacrifice, I agree with you. Sacrifice is amazing. Yeah. It's a great song.
I think Sacrifice means more to me because my dad used to take me to football, which Americans call soccer for some strange reason. I have no reason why. But because we use our foot and we kick the ball with our foot. You know, American football, you catch it. I don't know. I don't get it. Anyway, so he used to take me to football. And at the time when I was young, that song was big, Sacrifice. And he was on the radio all the time. And I think he had, I can't remember the album was called of Sacrifice because I remember he was wearing one of these weird Russian kind of hats. You know, it doesn't cover your whole head. It's like a square hat.
Yeah, I think I have it somewhere.
So in the comments, tell us what it is. Come on. I'll have you working tonight.
Now my question is, do you like the who is it that is it he just redid it with somebody.
Oh, is it a
it's like a cover? Yeah, kind of like a dance song. It's a remix. Who did he do that with? Dua Lipa, I think it is.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's not bad. I like the original better.
Yeah. I noticed though Elton John started to look like my nan.
He's getting old, eh? He's got to be in his 80s now, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at least he stopped touring now, so I think that's pretty much it for him. But what a career!
Yeah, a lot of those greats are done now. Phil Collins is another one. Just you can't do it anymore. Speaking of which, you heard that the guitar player for Limp Bizkit died yesterday. Yes. That's crazy.
Yeah, I sent them. Did I send you a message? I sent a message to Morton, Cam, Vinyl Narrative, and I was like, because I was like, this can't be right. We've literally just lost. What's his name?
Yeah, Ace.
Ace from Kiss. So within 1 week, this happened. Remember when Ozzy died? I think Ozzy died. Hulk Hogan died. So this happening in twos, yeah. So we want them around, but you don't realize these people are getting on now.
It's so sad because 2026 is coming, and we always do the vinyl tag, and that one question that's always on there is show an album of somebody we lost this past year. There's too many now this year. Too many.
Morton, if you're listening, I want you to do the vinyl tag. I want you to come up with the ideas this year. There we go. There's an invitation for you. Because I know Morton's going to be out there, and I guarantee stuff he'll ask I can show, because he's into kind of the same kind of British indie music as I'm into as well. Because I've never done it, because they always ask for 45s. I haven't got any 45s, and it's just, yeah. So, right, I think okay, yeah. So Elton is 78. Yeah, yeah. Well, what a career. What can I say?
What
Right,
color was your album there? That was the black one you showed, eh?
blue.
Blue.
Did it look black?
It
Is
looks
if
black. It's the lighting.
fucking lighting shit in you? I even got like a lamp on me. So if I do that, I'm all dark.
Yeah.
Right, Daryl, over to you, mate. What you got?
Okay. So I'm gonna do a twofer. The reason is that they're both by the same band, but they show two different colors. So I showed bronze earlier, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show my brown one. This is a really recent pickup. I bought this also at Sunrise. But I mean, it's my one of my favorite bands of all time, and that's Primus, and legitimately, it's called the Brown Album. This is the, I guess one might call this a divisive album if you're into Primus. It's definitely a change in their sound, definitely a change in their style. I was informed a few weeks ago about Les Claypool's interview with Rick Beato. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Les Claypool's, to me, one of the best, if not the best, bass guitar player of all time. But this has there's a song that they did on here, which was a hit in North America called "Shake Hands with Beef." But they're just a quirky band. Um,
I wonder what that means.
Quirky band. It means they're just a unique band. Like, you'd be hard pressed to find a band that makes music that sounds anything like these guys. Very unique. In fact, you've seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yep.
They so um, Primus redid the entire Willy Wonka and the or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory soundtrack. They did it in their own style, and it's so just different. So that brings me to this. So if you look, it's a brown album, but all the titles are in yellow. So we're going to take a look at one of their earlier albums. I think this was their second official vinyl release. I know they did a live album, and then they did Frizzle Fry, and then they did this one. So this is my yellow album, which is called Sailing the Seas of Cheese. And you can see that it's literally just yellow melted cheese and a sailing ship on there. And this has some of their earlier hits. Here Come the Bastards, Sergeant Baker. Jerry Was a Race Car Driver was a radio hit, about a race car driver that drank too much and he crashed his car. Those Damn Blue Collared Tweakers, they actually played at Woodstock '94, and they tried to. Les Claypool actually tried to perform the American national anthem with his bass guitar. It was something else. So yeah, no, they're just a very unique band. '90s alter. If you want '90s alternative, this is probably, to me, they scream '90s alternative. Just very unique. They're a three-piece band. The drummer, I forget his name at the time of these. Forget his name now, but I mean, he only had like a 3 or 4 piece drum set.
Right.
So it's it's straight up quirky '90s alternative stuff. If you like Primus, you like them. If you don't,
So
I think they're a hilarious band.
just for my mind, is there a band that are like them at all? Are they Canadian or the American? What are they?
No, they're American.
Okay.
Yeah, they're American. Um,
Is it like 90s rock or is it like kind of indie 90s rock, that kind of thing?
it's '90s alternative. Maybe you might call it rock to some degree, but I mean like they even use like one of them can play the stand-up viola, the big violin thing. Which actually there's a song that they did called Mr. Crinkle, and it's all that stand-up bass in it. You'd have to listen to them. They're very unique.
Okay, I'll give him a stream. I'll let you know if you've cost me money. Right. Let me try and get through some of these comments
If
because
I
they
was
are
if I was to start with one, Chris, I would start with Pork Soda.
pork
The
soda.
album Pork Soda. Yeah.
No worries. Okay, let's go through some of these comments. Okay. Morton, I'd be the least successful ever doing the vinyl tag. I remember what happened to the guy who jumped on last year when Rob retired.
Pretty green vinyl guy.
Yeah. Funny. I listened to Primus CD for the first time in years. So
Which Primus CD was it, Morton?
Boz showed Ace Frehley on the live stream. I was honored to be invited, and a few minutes later, he found out that Ace was yes. That was literally on the live stream. As I was watching it, I was like, "What?" Let's have a look. Yeah, it took me for a loop. I had to have my wife verify it for us. Sad to lose such a gifted performer. There's only been a couple of instances where on a live stream something like that has happened that I've seen, and that was kind of like this can't be real. Surely this is a mistake here. So look. Sailing is my favorite Primus record. Les is the Mark King of triple metal. So there you go. Right. One of the funniest moments I've seen on a live stream is when Rob's landline started ringing. Do you remember that? I think Alex was on for that one, beer and vinyl. Okay. So let's go light blue. It's probably going to show up as green. I'm going to show a Canadian artist that's not with us. And as a Canadian, I don't even know if you've got this record. It's kind of rare and it's out there. Now, Rob from Northern Revolution's his fault again. So this guy died in a aeroplane disaster. He got burnt alive. Any ideas at all, Darryl?
I do not have this. I know who you're talking about, though.
This is Stan Rogers. Totally wouldn't turn up blue. It's supposed to be blue.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be that color.
And it's a light blue too. I like that.
How would I describe this? It reminds me of Irish music, kind of Celtic music.
Celtic folk music.
Yeah, that's the way I probably say it. Pick this up on eBay for like. Okay, this cost me a lot of money. £40 plus shipping, came to about £60 from Canada. But there's a better picture of him. So yeah, I really like this album. This album's called Far Fresh Water. It's not showing up, but there it is. So you've got on here. It's quite funny actually. They show him here with no hair.
Yeah.
It's like one of those school photos, isn't it? Like sit there and look like you're happy to have your picture taken. So you got the Nancy Man with Blue Dolphin, Tiny Fish for Japan, Half a Heart, Fly In, The Last Watch, The House of Orange. This came out. Please tell me when this came out. 1984. So when this came out, I was 1.
One.
So I'll just show you the inside. And something pretty cool on this, because this is the original pressing as well. It's actually got a postcard on here, which you can sign up to the mailing list.
Yeah. And you, that's really good.
I sent a message to the guy who was selling this. I was like, "That is amazing," and he was like, "Yeah." He said, "I didn't really want to get rid of it, but he said I just added it anyways. It'd be a nice little quirk." So, yeah, it's original pressing on this one. It's like nobody's played this. If they have, it's been once. It's immaculate condition. Like it's a really good album. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
But
Barrett's Privateers is that's not on that one, is it?
which one is it called? Sorry.
Barrett's Privateers.
No, no, it's not.
No,
There's the track.
you'd like that one.
No, it's not on there. To be honest, Daryl, this was the only one I could find that would ship to the UK. So, yeah, if nobody's heard of Stan Rogers, go and check him out. I think Morden might dig this because he's into his Celtic kind of, music and folk music. Give this a spin or give us a stream, Morden, see what you think of it. But yeah. Okay. Let's have a look. You've done that one. Let's have a look because he's slapping the bass.
Slapping the bass. Les Claypool.
In 1984, I was in First Mural College.
I was 5, sitting on the couch in front of REO Speedwagon's Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore. Yeah, my dad used to put that on every now and again if it came on MTV.
Do you know what I've noticed since lockdown? I've literally turned into my dad. Like I've literally like something comes on, like Liz will be in the car with the kids, and I'm like, "What the hell is this? What? I can't understand what they're saying. Like it's just noise." And I went, "Shit, my dad used to say that."
Which band is that?
It was. I can't remember. It's like these kids these days. Like your kids are gamers.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I'm like they play Minecraft and something else. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, but they listen to music, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And like all of a sudden, then you'll hear them play Elton John or something else, and you're like, oh, I know that song. They're like, why do you know that song? I'm like, well, because I do. It's like they've been offended because I know what they're into. It's like, well, So, yeah.
Well, I got one son that's into that K-pop stuff. He loves that Golden song. It's off Demon Hunters. There, K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah. I couldn't. I just can't get my head around it.
No.
I think after what's that guy's name? Gangnam Style come out. I kind of went right.
Psy.
I'm out. So,
I think the funniest song by Psy is he did a song called "Hangover" with Snoop Dogg.
Because he was at one point, he's what is he? A one-hit wonder, really, isn't he? To me, because that's all he brought up in the UK. So it was everywhere. I don't know. It was everywhere in Canada. Gangnam Style.
Oh yeah.
It was just and I saw a video on YouTube of him in a concert where he comes from upper ground and leaps up into the air. The crowd are just going. You can see it. All their arms are going crazy, going nuts. I'm thinking, what's going to happen after you sing Gangnam Style? Where are you going to go with that? They just come for the one song. But yeah. Okay. What's bossing? I thought you looked like your dad. Okay. So my dad's got a beard and he's completely bald. So if anybody's seen EastEnders in the UK, he looks like Phil Mitchell. So Google that. That's what my dad looks like. Phil Mitchell from EastEnders. Right. I think it's Daryl's turn. I think I've talked enough shit. Right. Over to you, mate.
That's okay. All right. We're going to go with my blue choice now. We're going to go with my blue choice. And I normally, I think I'd have to look this up, but I think this might be My only down tempo trip hop album I own. Now you talk about East Coast Celtic music and all. This is the furthest thing from it.
Okay.
But what's really funny about this is I went on a road trip with a buddy of mine about 13 or 14 years ago. We went to Newfoundland and we went to Nova Scotia, the east coast of Canada. So you would think that I might be playing some music like you know, Adam Baldwin. You might think that I go there to buy stuff like Great Big Sea or a lot of those Celt bands, even Glass Tiger for that matter. No, what do? I buy a British band. I buy a British down tempo trip hop band. I'll go with Portishead instead.
Wow.
Have you heard Portishead's Dummy, Chris?
No.
So this is I'm thinking of doing a Halloween video before Halloween, and this cover alone with the dead looking woman on it might make an appearance as a Halloween album. But there's a song that they did called Sour Times, which is really good, but it's just that I find that this whole album is haunting. That's the best way that I could describe it. Is it's like it's not like the Prodigy or anything like that, which would also be considered that techno acid music or whatever it is. Theirs is definitely much heavier and fast. This is very slow. That's why I guess that's why it's called down tempo. But very trippy. I mean, if you were on acid and you listen to this thing through, you might go through some kind of a trip. It's a really good album, but I think the big thing about this one is you'd have to be in a really specific mindset.
Okay.
Now this is like a dark blue, almost to the point of purple. And it's on black. It's on black wax as well. But yeah, I would check out the song Sour Times to kind of get an idea of what it sounds like. But yeah, if you're into trip hop or you're into down tempo, that's it's a good album, but I haven't listened to that album. I probably haven't put that on my turntable in 2 years, maybe three. It's something that I got to be in a very specific mood for, but it's really good, really good.
What's more than saying here? Hunting is the word brilliant. Brilliant. I love that album. It's Massive Attack. Yeah.
Yeah, have you heard Massive Attack?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Massive Attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha. I was even when I do these live shows, I try and compare them to other bands just to give me like a mindset of what I could expect from them. But yeah, that's out there, Daryl.
Yeah, it's out there. It's really good though. If well, I think it's good.
Cool, mate. We will next go for a grey album cover. So let's make myself big. I don't want to say this out loud, but StreamYard has been really good tonight. I love you, StreamYard, please. Okay. Big in the UK, early 2000s. American band, had a couple of hits, but this is all I needed. It is a greatest hits. So, now, Daryl, tell me if you remember this band. It's Papa Roach.
Last Resort. That's an amazing song.
So, yeah, love Papa Roach. I'd love to see them live. I think that'd be good energy kind of concert to go to. But yeah, as you can see there, it's it's pretty cool. So like a
I think
grey.
they just recently released a song. Is it called Leave a Light On? I think it's called.
Yeah.
They did the lead singer, he did a duet with Carrie Underwood of that song.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
I had it on my YouTube because my wife really likes Papa Roach too. but she didn't realize they released that song. And then she's like, "Oh, who is this?" And I was like, "That's the lead singer from Papa Roach." And she's like, "No way, that Leave a Light On." She's like, "That can't be." I'm like, "Yeah." It's amazing what they can. A lot of these musicians, when they play like a really slow song, it's powerful. And he's got that voice, because they go from, what would we classify that as? It's definitely early 2000s metal, new music maybe.
Metal
Um,
punk, maybe metal punk kind of sounding. It's nothing at the time. Was nothing that was out there that kind of hit it.
yeah,
Sometimes they got put in the same streams like Sum 41, but I thought they were completely different to anything else at the time that was
I
kind of.
always thought they were more like Limp Biscuit, but not to
Yeah.
that extreme.
So this is what they used to look like back in the day. I never had hair like this because I've always had spiky hair because it's just easier to do. But look at this. Look at this. What is going on here? That is a lot of hair product. I'll show you the inside. It's pretty cool, the inside, actually. So there's the band.
It's funny because back then they were allowing pictures of them with cigarettes in their mouths, because the one guy on there. Nowadays they'd be like, "Why are you promoting that? That's bad for the kids."
So the one with the baby listening to music in the corner, that was off one of their albums. Remember that? Do you remember that album cover? I was like, what the hell is going on here? This is a coloured vinyl. And it's on like a red, black. This freaking light is shit. But it's on like a.
Yeah, that's like a splatter. Well, not a splatter, but that's cool. I like that.
So, yeah, I picked this up. This got a reissue 2-3 years ago. I think I picked this up off Amazon for like £20. And I saw it and I was like, oh, that will do me great. I have a greatest hits best of. So here we go. Last Resort was on here. She Loves Me Not. Scars, To Be Loved. Any WWE fans out there? That used to be WWE Raw's theme, To Be Loved, back in the 2000s. They done Forever, an iTunes live session. We're going way back here now, right? Hollywood Whore, and the bonus track is Scars Acoustic. Yeah. So
Scars and Last Resort are fantastic songs. Like, I think I think Papa Roach is pretty underrated. I mean, I think like you said, I think they just get lumped in with the,
yeah,
like, they're not Sum 41. They're not Limp Bizkit. They got their own distinct style. I think they just got lumped in at the wrong time with too many bands that were overplayed all the time.
I thought you might like that. I had a
Yeah.
feeling when I was looking, I'm going, I think Darryl will like this one when I show this. Like
'Cause
if I showed
ahead.
that to Rob or Joe, they may have gone, what the hell is he showing? But I know, because I know your music taste, and I was like, I think he's gonna love this one.
That's the issue I have with that band. Like, I'm not a Sum 41 fan, and I'm not a Blink 182 fan. My wife is into those bands. I just don't see, and I know what you're talking about, that they lump them in with those bands. They don't sound anything like them. Yeah.
Hang on, what's Morton saying? 2 secs. Can we see the front of the album, Chris? 2 secs. Let me make myself bigger. There you go. There you go.
That's really cool.
It's the front of the album. So, yeah. And it's on a good kind of red, black splatter in there. So, I love coloured vinyl. Don't know what it is. I love it. Yeah, so, yeah, red, black, marble, vinyl. Yes, it is. Yeah. Yes, very nice.
Highly recommend it, if you can pick it up. I picked it up from Amazon. I want to say it's 3 years, maybe 4, to be honest. I had a good deal on it. It was a Amazon price drop. And because I was looking at Papa Roach albums to pick up, because I was going to pick up their first one. And then that came up, and I was like, well, you know me, Daryl, I'm like the king of Greater City on the VC. So I was like, well, I'll do. So, yeah. Right. Over to you, mate.
Okay, so you showed your orange cover earlier, and I said that I'd have mine. So I've already mentioned that Primus is my favorite band of the 90s. Many of you that watch my show, you know that I'm a huge Tool fan, but Tool is actually probably my third or fourth favorite band. This is depending on my mood, this is my number 1 or number 2 band interchangeably with Primus. Now, it's not my favorite album by them. It's probably my second or third favorite album by this band. But Grunge, Alice in Chains, the Dirt album is you can't see it because of my lighting too, but it's definitely an orange album. And this one here, you know, Lane Staley, like, you know his story. I mean, it's a tragic, you know, he was unfortunately had all kinds of issues with drugs and substance abuse and stuff like that. And I was watching a program earlier today, and I had forgotten that 2 members of this band had tragically died of addiction. And this album, I think, based on just what it looks like, the color and all that, is a fantastic album, but it's a very powerful album. Them Bones, Down in a Hole, Rooster, Angry Chair, Wood, they're all on this, and they all tell stories of the band, their lives, the struggles that they had, the typical grunge stuff. But I think the one song that's off of here that personifies the struggles that this band had is the song Sick Man. And you know, I think it kind of entails everything that was going on in the grunge world at that time. But you know, when this album came out, I mean, I was in my early years of high school, teenage angst, all of that good stuff. But Lane Staley, Jerry Cantrell, Mike Starr is the bassist. He's the other member of the band that tragically has passed on. But this one here is on like a cool light orange. It's not yellow, but it's almost like peach, almost like a peach color.
Okay.
And it's a two disc set. But I think that this band is absolutely phenomenal. Once again, certain songs you got to be in the right mindset to listen to, right? Nobody wants doom and gloom all the time. Yeah. But if I'm going to go, I'll just, if I can find it here. My favorite album by them is Jar of Flies, though. I can't find it, which is the EP. But it just great stuff. If you're into grunge music, for me, I know a lot of people like Nirvana. They like Foo Fighters at the beginning, Soundgarden. But my go-to grunge band is definitely Alice in Chains. Yeah, like I said, probably in my top 3 bands ever.
Would you buy a limited edition box set if they re-released them with like with extras on it? Like,
honestly, I didn't even buy the Motley Crue one, which the Dr. Feelgood one.
Okay.
Because it was just outrageously overpriced. I just stupid price. If it was for a decent price, I have a hard time justifying based on I got a wife and kids and stuff. I can't justify $200 and $300 for those box sets, but
I know what you mean. The family's got to eat.
Yeah. If somebody gave it to me as a Christmas gift, I would not turn it down. That's for sure.
It's the Feel Good one is still available in my local record store, which came out last record store day, and he can't shift it. It's the 45 LP box set. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, it's like 45, all the 45s. It's super, just crazy expensive.
I'll have a look. I'm not promising nothing. I'll have a look because if it's, I've got a feeling it's going to be expensive. But if I say to him, "You're not
Yeah.
shifting that," I want it at what you bought it for to shift it. Then we'll see. Okay, let's go through the comments here. Okay, can't order from Amazon anymore after they removed the tax import fee under 400 krone and stopped going to EU Denmark. It's just too damn expensive. I didn't realize they did that. Okay. They also charge twice as much for shipping to Norway than, let's say, Rough Trades. Wow. I love Alice in Chains. You see my video of the super deluxe edition of that album, haven't you, Daryl?
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
man, they're such a cool band though. It's sad to think, like, along with a lot of other bands, it's sad to think, like, had Lane Staley been able to get himself clean, like, what else he could have done. Yeah,
I'm sure there's something in the vault.
Yeah.
there's got to be something in the vault. Right, I will go next. Good choice there, mate. I had a feeling it might show up at some point. I was waiting for it. I was like, I think Alice in Chains might come. Right, we'll go with a yellow and black cover now. Now, maybe a one-hit wonder. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if you think it's a one-hit wonder. But when this got released on Amazon, I couldn't resist picking this up. And it is the Plain White Tees. Do you remember the song, Daryl?
Hey There, Delilah.
That's it, mate.
I think that, yeah, I think they
wonder?
might be a one-hit wonder. I don't remember anything else by them.
But this is a good album, though. It is a good album. It's you have to listen to it. Go stream it. It's really good. And there's the band themselves looking really young.
They try to make themselves look all tough, like 1960s bikers.
Yeah. So obviously the big one on here was "Hey Delilah," which is the last track. So you've got to listen to the whole album before you get to the big hit. But yeah, it's a good album. "Take Me Away" is a good one. "Sad Story," "Breakdown." "What More Do You Want" is a good song. "Sing My Best," "Faster," "Last Call," and then "Hey Delilah." So when did this come out? Okay, so this got released on CD. What date do you reckon this came out in the 2000s? Do you want to say a guess?
Plain White Tees.
When do you reckon? What year?
Oh, 2012.
2005.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
2000.
That's 20 years old now.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I feel old every time I go to look what you think of. I'm like, what? 20 years ago? That was like 4 or 5 years ago. What's going on here? This came on. This looks orange. It's red. But it looks orange. It's not. Trust me, it's red. Which is kind of weird because the cover's yellow. I was hoping for like a yellow vinyl, like a splattered yellow black, but that's what I got. So yeah, pretty much a one-hit wonder from 2005. I remember having that song on my iPod Grey Classic. So yeah,
just give me one second. I gotta go grab something.
yeah, sure, no worries.
Speaking of iPods, just hold on.
Okay. Pause. I have 2 Plain White Tee albums, but not that one. I need to pick it up. I have the 45. Oh, I bet that's good on the 45. That's cool, mate. Very, very cool. I'll wait for Daryl to come back so you can answer that one. So apart from Boz, has anybody else got the plain white tees? Have you picked it up or that kind of thing? So here he is. He's back.
Check-
Okay.
Check this out.
Okay.
I have, and I still listen to this when I go out on the train. I still have a Sony MP3 Walkman.
Hang on. Let me make you big. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy, eh? I just hook it up with some aux.
And it still works.
It still works. Still charges. Still, it's a pain in the ass to get going, but it works. And what's really funny about it is I was going out for the summer, so July, I was listening to it, and where we were sitting on the train, there was a lineup for people to get into the food car. All of a sudden, the line is there. All these people are standing there, and this kid, he's probably maybe in grade 8, grade 9, maybe 13, 14 years old. He's just there. He's being a goofball with his friends, and then all of a sudden, he literally looks over. He sees me. He goes, "Holy shit, man!" He's like, "What is that thing?" He's like, "What are you listening to?" He saw me with that Walkman thing, and then he goes, "Can I listen to what you're listening to?" So I gave him my headphones while he's waiting in line for food. He thought it was the coolest thing. These kids today, they've never seen one of these. Never seen them in their life. It was so funny. So
do you
funny.
think I've got a feeling they're going to make a comeback, see? Because I've noticed on YouTube videos, I've been watching my algorithm, people are talking about iPod Classics and putting more storage into them. And I just think because there was a certain generation that missed out on all this. And, it's the same with the vinyl and the cassettes and CDs and that kind of thing. I just think they feel like, what's this?
Speaking of cassettes, when I was at that, what do you call it there? When I was at Sunrise, they're now selling cassette tapes. I could not believe that a cassette tape was almost the same price as a record. They were selling the cassette tapes for like 35 Canadian for a cassette. It's crazy.
Do you remember? I'm going off subject now. I don't care. It's my show. But do you remember when you used to be able to buy a cassette with a wire that would go into your phone so you could play music in the car through the wire into the cassette? Do you remember them?
Yep. That's so funny. Oh, man. I used to make mixtapes and stuff like that. I liked mixtapes when I was a kid, but the quality of them was just not good. Yeah, the quality was just not good.
Yeah, and if you went over a bump, well, you're done. You guys just
Yeah.
Cool. Right. All right. So Morden's got a comment here for you while you're away. Who keeps hopping for Tripod to come out on vinyl for Record Store Day? Hey, Daryl. Right. Okay.
Maybe they'll create one of these for Record Store Day. You can buy a new one, but then everybody would go crazy of the downloads.
Do you know you're saying that and stuff is just coming to my head? I remember when I was in college and like mobile phones weren't big; they were just coming out. They're not the devices used now. They were like Nokia's and Sony's. I don't know if it was the same in Canada, but in the UK, Coca-Cola had a promotion on. If you took the top of the can to open, if you took them off, underneath you code, and if you collected so much, you get a free Coca-Cola Sony phone. Do you remember? Did you have that over there?
The gimmicks they had, eh? Crazy. Well, I showed in a video of mine. Oh, Brian from Embryonic Robot, he had done the impossible thread. You remember that when he did the impossible thread? And I was like, if you can show a CD that you bought because it came with a credit card. The university I was at, you go in and they'd have all these like credit card applications and it came with a CD of just free music.
It was the same with, remember the magazines? It used to come with a free CD.
Yeah. I even have a high school yearbook that came with a CD.
Yeah,
The hits
I
of
had
1997.
I had
like
I had my yearbook said in it, "Please don't come back."
There's
Right.
one guy, you know how you always got that one person, eh? There's one guy that signed mine. He was like, I'm the first person to sign your crack. Always did that too, down the middle of the spine.
More than saying, Tripod was what people called the self-titled Alice in Chains album, by the way. I bet you didn't know that.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. That was before SAP, I think. Yeah. Or was it SAP? No, it's different.
You got him thinking now.
I don't want to think
Right.
too much.
Right.
All right, we got a twofer coming up. This is video game music. But it represents green, and it's going to represent black and red, I guess we might call it. So
Right.
I've told this story before on
2 seconds a minute.
on
I
our
just
Wednesday stream.
going to show you this comment. Try and explain it buying a Gentleman magazine, but it came with a CD. Oh, I'd love to hear the music on that one.
Speaking of gentlemen's magazines, when I was raiding out that radio station, I never brought it home with me, but there was a Penthouse record there, a Playboy record. Even Playboy in the 80s and 70s was trying to sell music.
Oh, right. Sorry, I lost it a bit then. My mind just went over. Sorry, Daryl. Go on, mate.
Oh yeah, no, that's all good. So I've told the story that the first gift I ever received for Christmas from my daughter when she was old enough to get a job and all that kind of stuff. I've mentioned this. She bought me a Minecraft soundtrack. It was the Alpha soundtrack. And it came on straight up green vinyl. I'm not ashamed to say that I play Minecraft with my kids. In fact, I've even shown what do you call that? History videos using Minecraft. It's kind of funny.
Okay.
There's kids out there that have done stuff like that. And of course it comes on the green vinyl. It's just a straight up green vinyl. But I think the one Minecraft that's a little more, and I think what Minecraft has done with the vinyl is really classic. It's really a cool move that they did to try to get people to buy it because, right, everything on Minecraft, the trees and all that, it's a really green game. But then if you think about the rest of the game, it's going to be more like the red and black,
Yeah,
and the lava, right? So this is the beta. So I have the alpha, which is the green album, and then the beta. But what they did with the vinyl itself, though, I think that this is some of the coolest red and yellow lava
that looks amazing.
splatter. Is really neat.
That looks epic.
Yeah, and this the beta, and it's a darker red though. It's my lighting's not doing it any justice, but it's really neat what they've done with it. The only thing that really sucks about my Minecraft beta is there's one track on, I think it's the second disc, and it doesn't work. It's almost like when they recorded it, the needle wasn't hitting the grooves,
Right.
and so it's just like a noise for 2 minutes,
Yeah.
which really pisses me off. But there's not much I can do about it. But it's a really cool set. If you like Minecraft and you like the Minecraft music and stuff like that, I find it really relaxing. But I just think that the colors they've used, and like I said, the way that they did it with the green and the red and the yellow and the black, the colors from the game, is absolutely brilliant what they did with that.
Have you put that record on while playing Minecraft? That's what I want to know.
I think I might have. Yeah, I think I've played it. I've also told my wife, and this is as morbid as you're going to get on this one. I told my wife that if I am ever at that point in my life where I know that I'm on my way out the door and I'm ready to die, throw the Minecraft alpha tracks on and I can peacefully just go to sleep. I've already told her that. She's just like, don't say that. I don't want to deal with that.
Right. Oh, see, Boz. I have a Playboy album. Right. Do you know when Alice Cooper released that album and it came with a pair of knickers? Did the Playboy album come with a pair of knickers as well? Right. Okay. Morton saying no. It was the last studio album with Lee.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly. You know what, Morton? Now I know exactly what you're talking about. Now I understand why it's called Tripod, because that album is so freaking hard to find on vinyl. It's super hard, and it's one of the top 2 albums that they ever did. It's the one that's got Grind on it. Such an amazing song, such an amazing album.
Cool. Boz is saying pressing error usually causes that issue. So, yeah, on that Minecraft album you're talking about. The Playboy album was just like a K-Tel with cloth cute girl on the cover from 1988, I believe. Hard rock. Chris, get your mind out of the gutter. Right, okay. So, I will go next. Would you like to see I told you, didn't I? I shouldn't have said it. All of a sudden, it just decided to go absolutely nuts on me. Okay, would you like to see a cartoon cover? Because we're talking about
Sure,
colours.
why not?
I thought, let's do a cartoon, something out there. I don't know if anybody in the vinyl community's got this album, but this is Less Than Jake. So it's got like a cartoon
That's
cover
neat.
on the front.
Yeah.
So Less Than Jake last year before, they were supporting Bowling for Soup, which was pretty amazing. I know Nick from the Vinyl Den, he loves this band. And he was showing on his channel a couple of years ago that you could only get this album now if you go to one of their gigs. So this is Pink and Yellow Cornetto and Ruby Blue Cornetto, limited to 1,000. But it doesn't tell you what number it is. It just tells you it's limited edition. Would you like to see the vinyl? I'm sure you want to see this now. So Cornetto. Do you get Cornettos in Canada, like ice cream?
What's it called?
Cornetto. It's nice. It's just like an ice cream.
No, I don't think so. Well, we might. I've never had it though.
Okay, so it's like a wafer. It's in like a tube, like a wafer. You've got the ice cream on the top, layers of it, and then you've got to eat way down to the layers, and then you get the bottom. It's got a little bit of chocolate in the bottom. That's the only way I can describe
No.
it. So look how many tracks are on this.
Wow, that's crazy.
This is only on 2LP as well, by the way. So there's the inside, more cartoon feel. Sure that Morton likes this because I know he likes his sketches. So please show up properly now on here and don't let the color look shit. So that's pink,
cool.
by the way. So pink
and yellow.
Pink and yellow. So that's the.
I like that.
That's the first one. And then the other side is. This is supposed to be blue, light blue, and red.
Ooh.
So
Almost looks like a mint.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's that one. And it also came with a booklet. This reminds me of like 1950s kind of cartoon on the back of the newspaper you used to get.
Mhm. That's really cool. Yeah.
So I love it when bands come up that there's an actual story to it. It's mad. But Less Than Jake, that is Hello Rockview. So early 2000s kind of punk. It's not an album put on a Sunday morning when you're just woken up. Let's just put it that way. It's quite intense.
Yeah.
Right, let's go to the comments real quick. So Morden saying, Cornetto, drumstick in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get drumsticks.
Here in Norway, Cornetto is Crone ice cream. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
I like drumsticks. I love drumsticks, especially the ones there's ones we get. We have it's like salted caramel.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I usually go for the strawberry one. Usually.
Yeah. So, just a quick question for you, Chris.
Yeah.
Is this we're finishing up this and then doing a speed round, or how did you want to do this?
Whatever, mate. Whatever time you've got. Don't bother me. It's entirely up to you. I'm not
Okay,
doing.
we'll do.
I'm off work tomorrow, so don't really bother me. So it's up to you.
Fair enough. We'll do. We'll do 2 more rounds. This one and the next one.
Okay.
And then we'll do a speed round just because I gotta figure out dinner.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Go for it.
Okay, so I have mentioned my huge like of those Greenlandic bands, Greenlandic soft rock or whatever we want to call it. I'm not sure if I've ever shown these albums. They're both by the same band. So now I'm kind of at that point in my discography here where I'm going for the maybe like rainbow type colors on some of these, I guess. This one here is more like what I would call like paint by numbers or like pastel-y kind of look. And it's by the same band. So one of them's in color, and then the other one reminds me of, and I can't remember which album it was you showed earlier, but the cover of the second one that I'm going to show reminds me of the label you showed from a previous record. I just can't remember which one it was. So just give me a sec here. All right. So the band that's in question is a band called Inuk. A very nice pastel-y front cover of a tree. And then it's not a gatefold, but when you flip it over to the other side, it's like the dark side of the tree. The only way that I can describe these Icelandic bands is just very light, soft rock music. But as you can see, like if you look at better get my hands out of the way. The tracks are all written in Greenlandic, right? They're not in English. But very, very cool stuff. So that's the self-titled album by Inuk. And I think it's really nice with the, like I said, the pastel look and stuff like that. The vinyl itself is white, but the label has the tree in full, which is really super nice, really nice touch to it. But they've also did another album, and if you're ever wanting to buy Greenlandic music, there is a store in Greenland called Atlantic Records, but it's the Greenland one. But they've done another album which looks like this.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
The labels on the one record you showed kind of reminded me of this. So this is also that pastel-y look, but it's black and white. So it's like the gray, black and white. So one of the albums was in full color, and then this one here is in black and white. And I just think it's really cool, colored, pastel-y artwork. I think it's fantastic.
Was it
Once again,
Sundays 1994 you were talking about? Is that the one?
which one?
Sunday.
Yeah, it might have been. Yes, I think it was that one. Yeah, I think it was that one. You showed the when you showed the label, it reminded me of that on the record label itself. Yeah, so I think it's just neat music. Not going to be for everyone, but I try to promote. I know I try to promote Canadian music, but I also try to promote music from other parts of the world that most other people might not have heard. And I just think that the Greenlandic music is fascinating. I know there's been a push by both the Danish government and the Greenlandic government to encourage, you know, using Greenlandic as a language to encourage the people to start learning to speak it again and stuff, because it kind of was a dying language for a while. Yeah.
Okay. More than saying, making me crave ice cream. They must have gone to Denmark for the tree.
Maybe.
Right. I will go next then. I'm going to show two green covers. So we're talking about trees, we're talking about green. First one is a greatest hits, but this is a good greatest hits. And this is the best of REM.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the best of REM in time 1988 to 2003. It's got all the albums on there. Was this on? I was quite disappointed they didn't put on green vinyl. It's just on black vinyl. Man on the Moon, The Great Beyond, Bad Day, What's Your Frequency, Kenneth, Losing My Religion, Orange Crush, Imitation of Life, Day Sleeper, The Sidewalker Sleeps Tonight, All the Right Friends, Everybody Hurts, Night Swimming. So,
Imitation of Life is
my favorite.
It's such a good song.
Yeah, that's my favorite REM song, in fact. Right, okay. This album. So this is Kelly Jones from the Stereophonics on his solo tour. This is more a kind of an acoustic, relaxed, mellow. He recorded this in Iceland, in a very remote part of Iceland. So this signed to me from Kelly as well. So that just came on black vinyl. But it's very cool. Some 4 tracks on each side. So Sunday morning kind of music. As you know, I gotta have everything Stereophonics or Kelly Jones. So there's that one. So right, over to you, mate.
Hey. All right. So how do I want to do this? Because I still got a few to show.
Do you want to do a fast round? Should we do a fast round if you want?
Okay, let's do a fast round.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'll do a fast round. I'll show the rest of these. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show this one's going to be pink, but earlier on when you were talking, what band was it you were talking about? Was it Papa? Oh, you were talking about Papa Roach and the hair. Yeah. Well, this kind of meets that, but it's the 1980s, and the lead singer of this band is no shortage of creativity with his outfits, his costumes, his hair, and that is Culture Club. This one here is this one's a pink cover on it is pink, but Boy George, I mean, you gotta love the hair. That's all I gotta say. I mean, I'm jealous because I don't have any. But this album here, what's this? Kissing to Be Clever. This is the one that has Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? I'll Tumble For You, and Time, Clock of the Heart. Really good stuff right there. But yeah, the album cover itself is as pink as can be. Next one, 90s, we're going to call it rock. Some people might call these guys hair metal. The reason I'm bringing this up is Firehouse obviously is, where firefighters are going to be training. But what they did, what the band did is they did the actual vinyl as an homage to a fire station. The orangey yellow flames, I guess you might call it. So Firehouse, that's the one that has When I Look Into Your Eyes on it. It's got Reach for the Sky, Sleeping with You. It's an amazing album if you have a chance to get it. That's an unofficial press, though. I know a lot of people do not like unofficial pressings. I'm neither here nor there. If they do an official pressing, it'd be nice. Next up, I've got Elvis's A Canadian Tribute. Other than the United States, Canada is the only other nation that Elvis toured in the 1950s, unless, of course, we want to include Hawaii, which wasn't part of the United States at that time. So I guess we'll go with 3. But the reason that this one is neat, so not only do you have the gold shiny lettering at the top, but it's a 1970s pressing with a gold colored vinyl. So I think that that's really neat. And that there not only has tracks from that tour, but it's also got interviews and stuff that he had done on the tour. All right, and then we'll finish this off with 3 more. These next 2 are going to be like my rainbow colors. Now I know, Chris, I think Rob's turned you onto the band as well.
Yeah. Yes.
This album here is fantastic. Stage Fright. It's a complete rainbow colored album. But this one here, I was listening to this again today, and I was like, I remember this album, and I was trying to figure out what songs were big on it. And then
Should we go together
The
on this
Shape
one?
I'm In, The Shape I'm In and the W.S. Walcott Medicine Show are fantastic tracks, man. Really good album. What color are you going with that? That's a brown one, eh?
That's a brown. Yeah, that's the band. And obviously it's got ones like Raga Mama Rag, When You're Awake. So yeah. It's he's cost me a lot of money in the band.
So the band that's got, like I said, the rainbow colors. Bruce Cockburn, Canadian, call him like more like a folk kind of a singer. This is once again rainbow pastel-y type colors. I think it's a really cool album. This one's called Dancing in the Dragon's Lair, or Dancing in the Dragon's Jaw, I should say. What's the track on here? Wondering Where the Lions Are was the big single off that one. But I just think the artwork on it is absolutely gorgeous. Really cool. And then to finish it all off is another Canadian band. This would fit into the hard rock, maybe 1990s. It is the only record store day purchase I've ever made. The reason that I'm going to show this is for the vinyl itself, which is literally a see-through clear. This is not Coke bottle. It is see-through clear. And it is by Harum Scarum. This is anthology, so it is a greatest hits, volume 1. But this is fantastic. No Justice, slowly slipping away. Honestly Blue, and If There Was a Time, probably ranks in my top 5 best single sides of an album, especially a greatest hits one, that I've ever seen. And I think that the color profile on here too goes everything from black to dark blue and purple to yellow, gold, flames, fire in the middle. So I think it brings everything together. That's all I got.
Cool, mate. So Boz was saying, I have lots and lots of unofficial pressing. That's my unofficial statement about it. Cool, mate. Okay. Yeah, so the band, that was on a brown cover. While Dal was showing that, I just thought, right, let's just show it. Red album covers. Let's start with Wilco AM. This is a brilliant album from start to finish. Alex from Be On Vinyl showed this a few months ago, and I decided to get it from Rhino. It was a bit costly, but I thought, this is a good album to get. The other red one, Greatest Hits. This is Aerosmith.
Mm-hmm.
This has got all their hits on it. Let me show quickly. So you've got tracks like Dream On,
Walk This Way, Sweet Emotion, Back in the Saddle, Dude Looks Like a Lady, Ragged Doll. You've got Love in the Elevator, Crazy, Living on the Edge, Crying, Pink, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, and Jaded. So there they are. That is Aerosmith.
Man, if I could find a copy of that, that's all the Aerosmith I would need is up to Jaded. Everything they've done up to that point is fantastic, though.
And this is on like a smoky black and red
Nice.
kind of vinyl. So, yeah. Well happy. This, I think I got this from eBay, to be honest with Daryl. I think I paid £22, something like that. It's quite a good deal. So there's that one, and we'll finish with my favorite artist of all time, which is like a cream color, and it's Mr. John Mayer. And this is Battle Studies. So really good album. Heartbreak Warfare is on here. Half My Heart. Who Says? The lyrics for Who Says is Who Says I Can't Get Stoned? Start to track off. So Who Says I Can't Get Stoned? Crossroads, War of My Life, Edge of Desire. The only thing I'd say with this is there's 3 tracks on the first side, 3 tracks on the other side, 3 tracks on the other side, and then 2 tracks on the end, which is kind of weird. So you gotta stay by the record player, like you said earlier on. Otherwise, your needle's gonna get screwed. So there's John. That was just on Black Vinyl. Yeah.
Oh man, Heartbreak Warfare is a great song.
It is.
John Mayer gets a bad rap. I don't know why. It's not that bad.
I just love having Rob on, right? Because he hates John Mayer. I like just show it every time. That is John Mayer. Just for you, Rob. He's like that. It's a Taylor Swift thing.
Heartbreak. I don't think he swears too often in his music, but Heartbreak Warfare is one of those few tracks he actually drops a bomb.
Yes, he does.
It's a great way to do it, though.
Yeah,
it's an absolute brilliant line.
So yeah, that is us done for this evening. I'll just head over to Daryl now. Threads, mate. I can't keep up with you. What have you been up to this week?
Well, because I've had the week off, I was able to do some videos.
Right. Okay.
So I have tomorrow off because that's considered our travel day for people to get back. And then I'll be back at work on Tuesday. All this week I get to be an acting principal. So I'm second in command all week at work. Fun times. So I'm going to try to make a few more videos tomorrow, maybe one this evening, and just have them scheduled. I want to do. There's one that try to advertise Lloyd's channel from Mr. Hats because he's had to restart his channel a couple times now, Lloyd Boone. So he has one for that. And then the one I was talking about with you about the CD cave there, the picking places that you'd like to travel to. Even though it's a thread, it's actually something that I'd been wanting to do. So I'm going to try to do that. And then I have some original stuff on my phone that I've got to think about. But I'll be slowing down now that I'm going back to work, though. This week was kind of an anomaly, just like everywhere these videos. But
I tell you who's really good at doing schedules is Morton. He recorded them before and just puts them out. He's going live tonight, I believe. Okay, what's Boz saying real quick? Great stream, thanks guys. Yeah, thanks for
tuning in, Boz.
I dropped a video today, recent pickups that we covered earlier on. I haven't got any more pre-orders coming through, I don't think. That's pretty much me done now. It'll probably slow down now for myself over until Christmas. So there's nothing out there that's been pre-ordered that I really want to get. Like I said to you before, the Bruce Springsteen album, Nebraska, it's too much money. I can't. I've spent August and October being the most expensive ever since I started collecting records. Even Liz is like, another package, another one.
So yeah, I'll probably do a live stream next Sunday. No idea what it's going to be about yet, but I'll come up with a plan or something and then pretty much go from there. So I'd like to thank my guest this evening, Daryl, for jumping on, because I know the time schedules are absolutely terrible compared to what is
All
UK.
good. It's supper time here and it's bedtime there. So
Yeah. I'd like to thank everybody's left comments, everybody's tuned in this evening, everybody's going to watch this later. I do really appreciate it. So from me and Daryl, I will put Daryl's description in the comments below, and I'll tag him in this as well. Go and check out his channel, go and subscribe. He's got a really good channel, really good threads he does, very educational, and he's a good guy. So thanks for everybody. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next stream. Thanks for watching, and good night.
good night.